limits for 2026, and I'm here at EICMA to give you an exclusive first look at new models coming in 2026. So in this video, we'll explore all the new bold models coming next year. First off, something really exciting, a sporty adventure from BMW. It really carries that famous GS name, as well as advantage, heritage of BMW, but it brings it into more lighter and more accessible class. So let's now dive into some details and cool specs about this bike. We got a brand new Parallel Twin 450cc engine in this thing that is limited to 48 horsepower, making it very accessible and basically perfect for European A2 license. You basically get a twin-cylinder smoothness and a really decent torque for adventure riding without this intimidation of a large motorcycle. So even if you roll out of town, hit the back roads, ride maybe with some baggage or a passenger, this engine will give you the manageability and the capability. The 450 GS uses an adventure style chassis with a steel tube frame, long travel suspension and significant off-road capability. And in addition, it weighs only 178 kilograms. It has also a really comfortable position. It's not super aggressive, but rather upright, and it's meant for daily rides, longer rides, and of course some adventure trips as well. Visually, the 450 GS draws heavily on the BMW's DNA. It really does keep this baby GS look from the concept. However, it also features some quite interesting designs from the bigger bike, such as the R1000RR GS, and that includes, for example, the big radiator and a very sharp tail. So despite being in more accessible class, the 450 GS did not skip on tech. It features full-color TFT display with connectivity, multiple ride modes, traction control, cornering ABS, and semi-automatic shift assist gear option. Okay, so I can't really touch on this bike, unfortunately. I was actually hoping that I would be able to tiptoe a little bit, but it's a little bit too tall for me. The position feels very comfortable as on an adventure bike. It actually feels more like on street triple, kind of. It's very comfortable, of course. Your arms can be super relaxed, and there's no tension, there's no cramps or numbing while riding, which is super nice. I feel like on a rough road or in the sand or so would be super fun to ride, almost as a third bike. It's actually the first adventure bike that I would gladly hop on to test it out, which is kind of crazy because I would never expect it of someone who's just more into sport bikes and naked bikes. But awesome bikes, I feel like for everyone, more accessible, less weight on it as well. So, and also price-wise is also very, I would even say kind of cheap. It's only 8,000 euros, so great price for a great bike. Purely based on the specs, it's very easy to say that this bike is going to be way lighter than most of the adventure bikes, meaning it's gonna be also way easier to maneuver, nimble through the traffic. But yet, it doesn't mean that it won't be as much fun as the bigger adventure bikes. Whether it's the road, asphalt, gravel, sand, I feel like this bike gonna go through it all with no problem at all. So summing up, the 2026 BMW F450 GS has truly an adventurous spirit, yet it's very accessible and has modern tech. It's tame enough for the city, but it's also capable of a real adventure.
Now I just quickly wanted to talk about a helmet brand that I've been wearing and riding with for some time now. Thank you so much ILM for being our sponsor and sending your cool products to us to review, test out and be able to share with you. So if you're looking for a new helmet, ILM got you covered. They have really nice helmets for a pretty good price, I would say. They are DOT and EC approved. They have many models from street to modular ones and Bluetooth integrated models as well. And the best part is that you get 20% off with my code KUJI at the checkout. So if you are thinking about upgrading your gear, check out the ILM. Link is in the description. As a huge sport bike fan, I also had to give you a look at the upgraded and redefined sport bikes from BMW. There aren't any new models coming next year, however there have been some upgrades that I really want to talk to you about. First, let's start with the BMW S1000RR, then we're gonna move on to M1000RR that is right behind me. Let's get straight into it.
So the 2026 BMW S1000RR pushes the limits even further. We have the 999cc inline-4 engine, but now it produces around 205 horsepower at 13,000 RPMs. The throttle feel is sharper thanks to the new M Quick Action throttle, which reduces the rotation angle for faster response. And what does that exactly mean and what does it translate to? Well, it means that the bike really wants to just go right, it revs, it's absolutely alive and it's an absolute beast. Yet it's still usable day by day, not only for the track.
So in this thing, the BMW S1000RR, we got the same inline engine. However, now the winglets have been redesigned, as well as we have the sharper aerodynamics and as well a little bit better throttle response. It's truly lighter, more refined and even more track ready.
The RR isn't just about the engine. BMW have really focused on refinement on aerodynamics and chassis this year. And so the winglets and the new side panels produce now way more downforce than before. At 186 miles per hour, the bike presses down with force of 50 lbs now, which compared to last year, I believe it was 38 lbs. But also we have the new design as well. It's very similar to last year, however there have been some changes that I think brought this bike even further and made it look even cooler, more sexy as well. So even with such small changes and upgrades, I feel like the 2026 BMW S1000RR is not just an iteration, it's an elevation.
BMW M1000RR, which also features the same 4-in-line engine, but now with 218 horsepower and a sharper throttle response. It's truly a track-ready bike made for the street.
In the M1000RR, similarly to the S1000RR, we have basically the very same engine, the 999cc inline-4, but in M1000 version it's been reworked for 2026 with even more internal refinement. BMW have gone really deep into the engine. We got the new titanium valves, increased compression ratio, oval intake, refined combustion chamber geometry, and all of this to deliver more power, higher revs and sharper throttle response. Aerodynamics have been refined. The new carbon M winglets 3.0 generate far more downforce in both straight and lean angles than the previous generation. When it comes to the design, of course, this bike absolutely screams quality, speed and aggression. When it comes to electronics, the M1000RR is absolutely stacked. You get the full ride mode, rain, road dynamics, race pro, launch control, dynamic traction with a slide control feature for controlled drifts, as well as brake slide assist, steering angle sensors, and more. Road dynamics, race pro, launch control, dynamic traction with a slide control feature for controlled drifts, as well as brake slide assist, steering angle sensors, and more. So just a very short and quick sum up. The 2026 BMW M1000RR, it's a pure performance, amazing engineering. It's a basically ultimate superbike experience in a road legal package. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe. That would mean a lot to me and would help this channel to grow. So thank you again for watching, for all the support, and see you in the very next vlog.